Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm James Baker. I'm chair of the Brown University Department of Music, and it's my pleasure to invite you and to welcome you here tonight to this wonderful occasion. We're thrilled to have such a turnout for this event, and this is no doubt due in large part to the presence of the person whom we're honoring tonight, our president, Ruth Simmons. Ruth. We are very pleased to have as well with us tonight the president of Providence College and native Rhode Islander, Father Brian Shanley. Is Father Shanley here? Good to see you. We truly appreciate the participation of Providence College in this collaborative endeavor. In the audience tonight are a number of groups representing the arts from the city of Providence and around the state as well. I want to give a shout out in particular to the groups of young people who are studying music and other arts who are here with their families. I'd like to ask each group to stand when I identify them. I'll be calling out the names of 7 different groups from around the state, and then we'll have a round of applause at the end of this. First of all, Community Music Works. The people from the Met School, are they here? The students from the Basics After School Music Program in Cranston, yes. We have Nathan Bishop Middle School. We have the Bristol Community String Project. Where are they at? We have Trinity Academy for Performing Arts. All right. And we also have the folks from the Rhode Island Philharmonic Music School. They may be up there. It's just a pleasure to have all of these young people here, and I think they're going to find it quite exciting this evening. I also want to acknowledge the support of our friends in the Brown Club of Rhode Island. I think they're around here someplace. Is that clear? We are presenting tonight's concert as a tribute to Ruth Simmons, who has led Brown University with distinction for 11 years. For this celebration, we have waiting in the wings several distinguished citizens who wish to say a few words about Ruth's contribution to the university and to the community. Ruth, don't worry, this is not a roast. Our first speaker is one of the movers and shakers in the artistic life of the city of Providence. He is a director, playwright, and since 2006 has been artistic director of Trinity Repertory Company. Please welcome Kurt Columbus.
Good evening. Thank you all for having me here. I am, as Jim said, Kurt Columbus, the artistic director of Trinity Repertory Company and of the Brown Trinity MFA programs in acting and directing. Oscar Wilde once said, "No great artist ever sees things as they really are. If he did, he would cease to be an artist." And Albert Einstein said, "True art is characterized by an irresistible urge." I am here tonight to celebrate President Ruth Simmons, the artist who has led Brown University for over a decade. Now, President Simmons is probably sitting up there right now, wondering at my description of her as an artist and probably wondering if she has to take a pay cut because she's an artist now. But she is an artist. for her ability to see things not as they are, but as they might be, and for her ability to call them into being with the irresistible force of her will. You might say, an artist has to have a métier, an instrument, a canvas, a space in which to perform and create, right? Look around you. Look around Brown, look around Providence, and you will see Ruth Simmons' canvas on an urban scale. Walk through the Brown campus and imagine how much has changed in the last decade because of Ruth Simmons' artistry. Grass and tree-lined walkways have been called into being. Historic buildings have actually been picked up, moved, and then renovated. Drab modern edifices have been opened to light and street energy, and new academic programs and cultural locations, both grand and quotidian, have sprung to life. Now I know President Simmons, I know she's sitting there thinking, that's just sound leadership. That's what a good president would do for her university, but consider this. The role of an artist is to seek the divine in that which is human. And further, an artist works to grow that divine substance, to nurture it in others. An artist is always in conversation with her audience, creating space for them to discover something unexpected about themselves, about the world around them, so that they are able to see things as they aren't, but as they might be. This is where your leadership becomes artistry, Ruth Simmons, because your vision for what Brown and Providence could be has profoundly changed this place to make it a better place to seek the divine, a better environment for other artists and thinkers and seekers. I know everyone in this room can see how beautiful your artistry is, and I know they will join me tonight in celebrating it here. Congratulations. Thank you.
Our second speaker represents the great number of students at Brown who are engaged in the creative and performing arts. A gifted soprano pursuing concentrations in music and in development studies, Catherine Cohen is the head of the music department's undergraduate group. Please welcome Katie Cohen.
Thank you. When I tell people I'm a music concentrator, I finish with a anticipating their response. Oh, that sounds like fun. I imagine they really want to ask, you're paying $50,000 a year to sing songs and listen to Mozart? What are you going to do after college? It's like almost a joke. Why would I waste my college education on music? But studying music teaches you how to think in new ways. Learning how to approach a piece of music uses several systems of analysis. It's uncovering, examining, interpreting, and evaluating complex relationships of ideas. Studying music is mastering technical skills and understanding theoretical concepts. 21st century math and 19th century history, part science, part anthropology. It's at once historical and contemporary. And it requires its students to communicate through multiple modes of expression, verbal and nonverbal. So yes, studying music is fun. The same way dedicating yourself to thinking critically about how something works and incorporating that understanding into your own work is fun. Moreover, I believe the music concentration embodies the best of a Brown education. While some may think that going to Brown means never having to take a math class again, or inventing a concentration, we who recognize the potential of a Brown education know it is the process, not the products or the grades, that creates its value. I feel so fortunate to be a part of a department that understands that it is the university college that creates an environment in which the new curriculum can thrive, and that it requires an extraordinary commitment to our community from students, faculty, and administrators. Our music department is a gem of talented, knowledgeable, supportive teachers who've become my mentors and friends. Across campus, President Simmons' dedication to the student body and cultivation of personal student relationships are admirable. Still, it is a struggle to incorporate Brown's growing graduate programs, expanding role abroad, and demand for progressive research into its focus on undergraduates. The creation of the Kogert Center for the Humanities and the Granoff Center for the Creative Arts have put Brown on the map for their innovative use of technology and as a place where international artists come to perform. While these achievements are sources of strength for the university, to make them true Brown institutions, undergraduate students must have an increased role, not just as representatives of students' needs, but as leaders in the decision-making process guiding the center's future direction. In this way, the centers would exemplify and reinforce Brown's guiding principles that enable students to be responsible for their education and learning environment. We do not need pluses and minuses on our transcripts to know the value of our education. As President Simmons has said, the skills taught by the new curriculum will only become more valuable in the changing world. Students and professors' unique engagement with learning is why students come to Brown. We are not Harvard, nor do we want to be. We are proud to be Brown, and I am truly proud to be a music concentrator.
We did not tell her what to say, by the way. Our last speaker is a familiar face in Rhode Island public service since the early 1980s. He is a tireless advocate for jobs and economic development, the environment, and a bright future for all Rhode Islanders. It's a distinct privilege for me to introduce United States Senator Sheldon Whitehouse.
Thank you, Dr. Baker. I have to go after Katie. I drew the short straw. Chancellor Tisch of Brown University, Father Shanley of Providence College, faculty, students of Brown University, and friends of Ruth, thank you very much for the great honor of having the chance to offer this tribute to Ruth Simmons tonight. With the announcement today of the selection of Christina Paxson to succeed Ruth, suddenly her departure seems so much more real. And I'm sorry for that, and I know that Ms. Paxson and I both believe that Ruth Simmons will be a hard act to follow. It is fitting that a concert has been organized in Ruth's honor on this occasion. As a student, she studied the arts because she said they reveal the ways mankind had over the centuries responded to social change. As president of Brown, Ruth has ably led the university through immense and immensely positive social change. A self-described inveterate organizer, Ruth has lured hundreds of talented faculty to Brown and increased coordination across university departments and collaboration with outside entities like Kurt Columbus's Trinity Rep. And it's not just the arts. Under President Simmons' leadership, the number of science research awards granted to Brown has increased by more than 50%. Yes. That is a dramatic run-up in a time of tightened budgets and a great benefit to Rhode Island, fueling our state's growing knowledge economy. And maybe most important, Ruth has committed herself and Brown University to expanding opportunities for financial aid. She believes, as did our great Senator Claiborne Pell, that everyone who has the talent and the desire should be able to achieve their dream of a college education, regardless of their family's income level. Ruth's commitment to this basic principle comes from her own life. She was able to attend college thanks to the generosity of donors who supported scholarship funds. And I'm proud to stand with her to help more students achieve their dreams, in my case, fighting in Washington to protect key federal financial aid programs like the Pell Grant Program. In 1976, which to Katie was unimaginably long ago, but I was 21 then, Pell Grants paid 72% of the cost of the average public college. Today, a full Pell Grant covers just 32% of those costs. But even at 32%, for a lot of students, a Pell Grant means the difference between being able to attend college and not. The number of Brown students receiving Pell Grants has increased by over a third since 2008, with Pell Grant funds coming to Brown students increasing from $2.6 million to $4.8 million. With many families in Rhode Island and across the country still struggling in this economy, and with college education ever more important to economic success, we should be looking for ways to strengthen Pell Grants, not weaken them. Brown itself has tripled its budget for institutional financial aid and adopted a need-blind admissions policy that considers applicants regardless of their ability to pay. This all helps reduce reliance on student loans, which are now a $1 trillion burden weighing down a generation of college students. Ruth once wrote, "I was intent on doing something productive and on being everything my parents taught me to be. Their values were clear. Do good work. Don't ever get too big for your britches. Always be an authentic person. Don't worry too much about being famous and rich because that doesn't amount to much." These good values have helped Ruth Simmons build a stronger Brown University, and that Ruth has helped build a stronger Rhode Island. We all owe you our appreciation for your achievements these past 11 years, and I offer you my sincere and affectionate hopes that you will find ways to help us keep moving Rhode Island forward in the years ahead. Despite the cloud of economic woes over our beloved state, exciting things are germinating to whose growth you could be, and I hope will be, a wonderful asset. She is not only Brown University's most recent president, she is Brown University's coolest president. Please recognize Ruth Simmons.
Before proceeding to tonight's music, I'd like to take a moment to speak as a faculty member and department chair about the impact Ruth Simmons' presidency has had on the life of Brown University. The Department of Music, while just a medium-sized liberal arts department, runs a complex, varied operation that in many ways resembles a small music school. During Ruth's tenure, the size of our faculty has increased, our graduate programs have expanded, financial aid for both graduate and undergraduate students has increased substantially, and certain facilities have been renovated. Ruth has been there for us. Characteristically, she's always responded to last-minute emergency requests, chipping in funds to support the orchestra tour to China several years ago, and making it possible just last year for our jazz band for their tour to Ireland to go forward. Our experience is not unusual. Departments and programs across the university have been enriched, and the university has grown and flourished under her stewardship. And so I say, on behalf of the entire Brown family, thank you, Ruth, for all you've done for us. And finally, I want to say just a word about tonight's performance. The orchestra and chorus you will hear tonight is comprised almost entirely of undergraduates, The great majority of these students are not music majors, but it's very clear that all of these students hold music very dear and value the opportunity to study music and to hone their craft as musicians as an integral part of their education. The chorus tonight combines the choruses of Brown and Providence College. It's been a wonderful experience working with the singers of PC and their gifted director, T.J. Harper. We could not have staged this concert without them, and I just want to say thank you. Tonight's program features Beethoven's Ninth Symphony. Staging this work presents a host of challenges, so one might ask, why try to play it? Why play Beethoven's Ninth? And the answer is, because it's there. This mighty work, if not the pinnacle of Western music, is certainly among the greatest of artworks. Like Michelangelo's David, this symphony is a unique conception, audacious and entirely original. Tonight's performance is, to the best of our knowledge, the first time that students of Brown University have performed the work. We've long sought the opportunity for our students to grapple with this great music and for the members of our campus and community to experience a live performance. The sheer number of performers on the stage speaks to the ambitiousness of Beethoven's vision. He paints a vast canvas depicting the full gamut of human experience and aspiring to expand human consciousness to embrace the cosmos. This is music of ideas and ideals capable of lifting up and transforming humankind. And we aim to do that for you tonight. We open tonight's concert with Verdi's Overture to La Forza del Destino, the force of destiny. 11 years ago, we opened our concert for Ruth's inauguration with this same overture. Ruth, it must indeed have been destiny that you came to Brown. Tonight, we celebrate your accomplishments and thank you for all you've done for the university and community. This one's for you. Thank you.